Well, I just got in from having a decent night with some friends for the last day of 2023, as I am now recording this, and it's 20 minutes away from 2024. So by the time you guys see this, Happy New Year. Hope you guys had a good 2023. Hope your New Year's been good. Hope everybody's been safe and shit like that. But yeah, what this video is going to be is a little off the cuff, little solo podcast thing. I just kind of wanted to ramble about 2023. Ramble about some of my goals and stuff like that for 2024. I've had a lot of people ask me questions about this YouTube channel, about my old YouTube channel, and we're gonna be getting into all of that stuff and more in this video. I'm gonna get a little bit personal in this video and shit like that. So if you want to be parasocial with me, you're gonna have your opportunity to do so. But yeah, so the way that this video is going to be structured is that for the first third of the video, I'm going to be talking about 2023 and some of the things that I went through in my life, and some of the things that I've accomplished and where I'm at currently in my life and with my career. I guess it always feels weird calling this shit a career, but yeah, so we're going to be talking about that a little bit. And then after that, I'm going to be talking about 2024 and some of the things that, I have planned for 2024, some of my goals for 2024. And then lastly, I'm going to do a little bit of a Q&A segment. I tweeted out asking for any questions that you guys have. And then, I will be answering those. So, okay, cool. Let's go ahead and start off with what 2023 meant to me. I wrote this cute little thing in my Fold phone right there. You guys can go ahead and see it. Look at that, man. I'm kind of proud of that, man. Yo, hold on. W handwriting or no? All right, yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm pushing 30. Damn. I'm 29 right now. Turning 24 in 2024, or turning 30 in 2024. And I can't remember the last time I had to write something down by hand. So it was new to me, baby. It was new to me. But here we go, boys. So the beginning of 2023, talking about what 2023 meant to me, of course. The beginning of 2023 was kind of hard for me because I just felt extremely stagnant. I felt like I wasn't really going anywhere with, my content. I felt like I wasn't really having that much fun with my content. I feel like usually on stream, you can tell when I'm having fun because I just feel like the vibes is good, the energy's good. I'm streaming very frequently. I'm streaming for long hours and doing all that dope shit that I usually do on stream. But I really felt like, 2023, I was streaming a lot less, streaming for much shorter times, like 5 to 6 hours, which is a normal amount of time for most people to stream. But y'all know me, bro. I'm known to be putting in them big body hours. And I felt like I really wasn't doing that in 2023. So I was feeling very lazy, honestly, just not only in terms of my content and stuff like that, but just as a person, I was, feeling very lazy, not very motivated. I was unsure of my content, I was unsure if what I was producing was worth watching. I was unsure if me streaming and doing all that stuff, really was going to yield long-term benefits. Could this be my job? Could I really, stick this thing out and make it last for as long as possible? These were things that were, on my mind. And I think most importantly, I was unsure of myself throughout the most of this year. And, it was difficult for me. It's something that I've struggled with a lot throughout my life, as well as just being full of self-doubt. It's a bit of a recurring theme in my life. So, and it cropped up again this year. It tends to go hand in hand with how I'm feeling about my career or, I guess content creation in general. And it tends to go hand in hand with that, my questioning of my self-worth and, questioning, who I am as a person, because I feel like with content creation, you wrap so much of yourself into it. It's so full of your own personality that it's really hard to, sort of detach from that and treat your career as your career, But that's what I was running into for the large portion of this year. I would say right up until maybe September or so, that's what I was feeling. And, I had many nights, where I'm all alone at night and, I'm just crying, I'm just, very unsure. And, it was a really hard part or a really hard point for me to be in my life. And this isn't really stuff that I talk about with a lot of people. So I didn't really bring it up on stream. I may have mentioned, feeling uncertainty or something like that, but Yeah, I mean, it was bad. It was pretty debilitating on most days. And I felt myself walking around most days kind of like a hollowed out husk of a person, because I would pretty much save all of my energy for either when I was streaming or if I actually like saw my girlfriend or something like that. So, shout out Lena. I love Lena. You know, but I was definitely conserving all of my energy for streams. And that left me, when I was not streaming, to feeling very aimless. And I think I've had a very unhealthy relationship with streaming for the majority of my life, to where like I would go to stream if I was feeling happy, if I was feeling sad, no matter what. It was kind of like my coping mechanism. But in 2023 is when I started feeling like, streaming wasn't actually helping me with my problems, and that I had problems deep down that I had to deal with. And, that was very hard for me. And again, I didn't really figure out this lesson until much later, which, I'll get into here. But yeah, that was the beginning of the year, full of that self-doubt, feeling very unsure of myself. And, it's hard, especially because as a content creator, you're always going to have waves and ripples and stuff like that. So like in 2020, a lot of content creators experienced a big boom because of the pandemic. And then here in 2023, life is getting back to normal. People have to go back to school, go back to work. So numbers are down. And then also, just as a content creator in general, you're going to have people that sort of ebb and flow out of your content. And when you're in one of those moments where, maybe your numbers aren't as high as they used to be, you really start to feel like the ship is sinking, and as a content creator, I really felt that, this year, and I feel that shit all the time. It's really like a day-to-day basis, pretty much. Like if I end a stream and I feel like the chat was moving well, feel like my numbers was looking good, I feel good about that stream. But if the numbers are down, then I'm like, oh well, it's over for me, boys. Like I'm irrelevant. I got no motion. Like it is what it is. So yeah, I was feeling like that for pretty much the majority of the year. And then halfway through the year, in about like, when was this? It was like May or something like that. Some family stuff had come up and I pretty much had to move ASAP. And then that was a big stress point in my life. If you guys were part of the streams, you probably, were there for me talking about everything that, well, not every, I did not say what was really going on. But regardless, there was things happening in my life that I didn't want to get into, and I had to move ASAP. I had really liked the apartment I was in, but I was living there with my sister and her boyfriend. And so yeah, pretty much I had to just move out and move in with my mom. So that's what I did. And during those moments, I was really stressed out and worried, because I'm the type of person that over worries and over stresses about things and overthinks about everything. So I'm like, damn, here's a big life change. I'm moving, changing my whole scenario or my whole scene again. I'm moving in with, my mom and helping my mom out with stuff and, doing that. And it was just really stressful. And I was just very, very worried. And of course, you combine that with me being unsure of my future, unsure of myself, unsure of my self-worth, unsure of my content. Yeah, that shit was a pretty bad cocktail of emotions, to say the least. Did not need that shit in the moment that it came, but it wasn't all bad, and I'll get into that a little bit later. So yeah, I finally got the move done, and I was ready to start grinding, And I think you guys saw the shift in me almost, right? Like I was really happy to like be finally done with the move. And I feel like the vibes was immaculate when I moved, right? I was like, damn, like I feel like I got my mojo back, you feel me? Like I was streaming for 8, 10, 12 hours again. I was having fun on stream again. And yeah, maybe my numbers hadn't like gone like totally up or anything like that. But, the fun I was having was very reminiscent of when the pandemic had happened. Because I remember when the pandemic happened, we would all just like stay up mad late together and just like, whether we were watching fucking Paternity Court, Couples Court, fucking Degrassi from back in the day, Degrassi Fridays, it was just giving me those vibes. And I was really, pleased with that. And I was feeling a lot better about, just my content in general, or at the very least, while I was still questioning the future about things, I was definitely feeling a lot more happy with what I was doing every day on stream. And I think that's a very good thing to have, right? But lo and behold, one thing leads to another. More family stuff comes up, and now I have to help my mom move out. Okay, so now this is multifaceted because obviously with things happening with family, that's always super stressful. But also helping my mom, move out of the apartment meant I was, for the first time in my life, in my 29 fucking years, I was gonna be living alone. And there's something you need to know about me, okay? One of my biggest fears, or one of the things that makes me the most uncomfortable, is being alone. But I also like being by myself. Okay, I think the way that I can describe it is that I don't, what am I trying to say here? I like being alone, but I don't like being lonely, if that makes sense. And I was always scared to live by myself because without foot traffic in the house, without somebody to just always be there and talk to, or just knowing that somebody is there, I was very worried that I was gonna feel very lonely and extremely depressed. And that was a big thing that was weighing on me, but obviously I'm not gonna let my family know that because that's just gonna add bad juju vibes to the whole situation. And I really did not want to do that. I'm stressed again, I'm worried again. My whole entire life, there's always been many people in the house. And even when there wasn't many people in the house, there was always people in the house. There was always something going on in the house. And yeah, it was scary, Again, another big life change came back after another big life change. And now I'm just like, dude, when will it end? Like, that meme of like, man, I'm tired of living through historical events. That was like low key me, but I'm tired of living through life changes, bro. Can I have any sense of normalcy in my life? That's how I was feeling at the time, And I remember the first night, after I helped my mom move out and I'm just sleeping alone in my bed, I'm just sitting there like, yo, it is so fucking quiet. Like in my whole life, I've never known peace and quiet ever. Again, there's always been something going on, whether it was my mom having a TV on, or my mom on the phone, or my mom doing something, or my sister doing something, my brother doing something, whoever. There was always something going on. So that night when I laid my head on my bed, bars, and I put my head into the pillow and there was just like nothing, it was scary. Like having nothing going on, very scary to me. And I think that goes into a very big, deeper issue with myself. I'm a night owl. I'm always up super late. Like I'm talking 4, 5, 6 a.m. is common to me. If I go to bed at 4 a.m., that's an early night for me, And during those hours, there's nobody around, you're by yourself. So it's something that I've had to deal with my whole life. And I hate that feeling. I hate that feeling of there being nothing going on. Like I both hate it, but I also like it because I know that there's nobody to bother me. I know I can do my own thing. And I'm just finally like, by myself. I think when I'm around people, I exert myself. But I also like knowing that there's somebody to go to or somebody to talk to. And again, one of my biggest fears is just being alone. I don't like being alone. And that was what my first night was like, completely alone. And then the second night was similar and stuff like that. But this is where things start to take a little bit of a turn. Because, after a few nights of that happening and me getting used to the quiet, I started to really love living alone. And I started to be like, it's actually pretty nice, because I'm the type of person, when I wake up, like, don't talk to me. Like, I don't want to talk to nobody until after an hour or two after I've waken up. Then I'm ready to interact with civilization. But until then, don't speak to me. And obviously, when you're living with family, that's not really the case. Especially if y'all know when you living with your mom, she's always like, "Oh, hey, how'd you sleep? How was your night last night? How was your stream? How was?" And I'm like, "Yo, I don't feel like waking up and having a survey being served to me, as you will." But part of me still part of me ends up missing that a little bit. Having my mom always there, and and all that stuff. But what ended up happening was, for the best for everybody involved. Again, it was stressful, but things are looking a lot better now with the whole family situation. And I was finally able to start feeling like, okay, I really enjoy living alone. I love having my own space. I love like when I put something somewhere, it's still there. I love like, being able to make the house smell however I want to. I started getting into like fragrances and candles and shit like that. So now my apartment smells really nice. And yeah, like I really enjoyed, making the apartment mine, as it were. And also like just having that space for myself. And it ended up being a very good thing. So the thing that I was stressing about and worried about a lot ended up actually being like a positive. So, that was a really good thing. Another really good thing is that because I'm living by myself now, I'm doing everything by myself. And sorry for that Discord notification. Lamal, if you end up watching this, the reason why I'm not replying to is because I'm recording this video. But yeah, so, now that I'm living by myself, I got to fend for myself. I got to feed myself. I got to do everything myself. So I was able to start, ordering groceries for myself and stop relying on fast food and DoorDash and Uber Eats and shit like that. So now I'm making my own meals, making my own burgers, making rice, chicken, all this other bullshit, and starting to learn how to finally, like, I guess, fucking be an adult. You know what I'm saying? It feels lame as fuck to say that at 29 years of age, I'm finally, like, making meals for myself. But another thing you got to know about me is, again, like I'm a very lazy person. I'm a creature of habit, and it's way easier to just DoorDash some shit than it is to, plan out your groceries for the week and then make your groceries or make your food and then clean up after yourself and make sure everything is clean and all that shit. I fucking, I still hate doing that sometimes. But, it is a lot better. It's a lot more cost effective. And yeah, so that was a very big positive as well, being able to just start, making my own food, getting groceries and shit like that. And then I started to notice that my streams got a lot better. I felt like not only were the vibes and the content a lot better, we started playing a lot more games. I started streaming for very long hours. If you guys were, watching the stream around the time, you already know what's going on. Like August, September, we're talking like 12, 14, 15, sometimes like 16-hour days or some shit. Like we're going crazy. I'm playing Baldur's Gate with Balvin till like fucking 11 a.m. or some shit. We're playing 2K all night. We're just, I don't know, doing whatever, just having fun on stream. And it really felt like I was getting personal with my audience again. And I felt like I had lost that at some point throughout the last few years. And it really felt like we were connecting as a community again. And we'll get more into community stuff later. But yeah, so that was really dope. I was on the Twitch front page for like a month and a half, almost 2 months. That was really cool. That was a really cool experience, Now, granted, with everything with the front page, you get a boost of viewers while you're on the front page, but that shit never really sticks around. But it was still a cool thing because I had never really been acknowledged by Twitch in that way. So it was really cool to finally start, connecting with Twitch as a company. And now I have a contact over at Twitch who's really awesome. We send each other messages every once in a while too, wishing each other, happy holidays and all that stuff. And it's really cool to like finally feel like, I'm recognized after so many years of doing this shit, so that was really dope. I did my first Twitch rivals for FIFA. If you guys were there, legendary moment for me. You feel what I'm saying? I defeated E-Rob type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just something light for me. I secured a quick bag type shit. Now, I did end up getting blown out 20-0 in the last game, and I fumbled a bigger bag for me and my teammate. But, I tried. It is what it is. I don't play that game. You feel me? They lucky it wasn't 2K. You feel me? I would have busted some ass. But, it is what it is. And for the first time all year, maybe even longer than a year, I was happy with my streams. I was feeling proud of my streams and happy with what we were doing. I felt like the vibes were good, like everybody was having fun, and I felt like, everybody that tuned into the streams was leaving the streams in a better mood than they were when they got there. And I didn't really always feel that way, especially in the beginning of the year. I felt like I was just like clocking in or something. It felt very soulless. I wasn't really having the best time there. And then of course that gets to, where we are now, where I'm ending this year with this YouTube channel, Omega Pro Plus. And we're going to be talking about Omega Pro Plus and stuff like that when I get to my goals of 2024. But yeah, I'm really happy with this channel too. Having daily videos up here, I think has been, really awesome. I got the idea because there's this Marvel Snap YouTuber that I watch. I actually have a video pulled up on my other monitor. funnily enough. His name is Snapster or Dexter. He has, two different kinds of names or whatever. But yeah, so he uploads Marvel Snap videos from his stream that he just uploads every single night at 6 a.m. And that's usually when I go to bed. So as soon as I go to bed, there's a video right there for me. And I was like, you know what? If he's become part of my schedule, right? Who's to say I can't become a part of somebody else's schedule? What if there's somebody else out there who wants to watch some Omega Pro shit while they're at lunch or while they're, in between classes at college or whatever? Like maybe there's somebody out there that wants that from me. And, I think the answer was that, yeah, there are a few people out there. It might not be very many right now, but there are a few, each video getting maybe a few hundred views, some of them getting, maybe a couple thousand. Like, that's really awesome to me. And I did not expect that to happen. I expected the really popular kinds of videos people wanted to see from me to maybe get 400 to 500 views, and then like the gameplay videos to get like 100 views or something like that. But it's more so been gameplay videos get around maybe 300 to 400 or something like that. And then all the other stuff gets like 1,000, which is fucking crazy to me. 1,000 views on a video is nuts. So thank you guys for all the support, and thank you guys for watching this video right now. And I know there's no editing on these videos, but I kind of like that because I feel like when I know that a video is going to be edited, I'm not as concise with what I want to say or with the message. So what ends up happening is before I click the record button for a video, I kind of know what direction I want to go into, and I kind of know what I want to say and what I want to bring up already. I've like mapped out the video in my head. So then when I record, it's a lot more fluid and natural. And also I feel like it helps me like connect to a viewer more because it's more conversational. But I understand that having non-edited videos isn't everybody's cup of tea. And for that, I'll have something for you guys hopefully in the future, but we'll get to that in a second. So yeah, but I kind of like that. And also it makes it a lot easier on me because I spend a lot of time streaming. That is my main job, and I spend a lot of time streaming. So being able to just end my stream and then throw up a video, make a thumbnail for it and stuff like that has been awesome. And yeah, I'm just really happy with the YouTube channel, and I can't wait to see where it goes in 2024, okay? And speaking of 2024, let's talk about my goals for 2024, because I have a few of them. Not very many personal goals, because I kind of feel like, as a person, I'm always working on myself. I'm working on, loving myself more and giving myself more credit and stuff like that. But again, a large part of my identity is tied into my creative endeavors. So a lot of my goals for 2024 are creative endeavors that I feel like will then go in and feed back into my self-confidence and all that stuff. But let's go ahead and get into it. A lot more focus on YouTube for me, I think, coming into 2024. I think this has been making my streams a lot better and more enjoyable, is because I'm going into a stream with the thought of like, okay, I need to get like a video or two recorded during the stream, and that adds some focus to my streams. And then also, I think like having something to talk about is good on the streams. And then usually when I'm done like recording the video on stream, me and my chat can talk about the video or talk about whatever we did. So it's kind of like an extension of a comment section on a YouTube video in the chat. And I think that's pretty dope. So I want to do a lot more stuff on YouTube, and that includes eventually getting into edited content. Now, with that being said, I don't really have time to edit stuff like that. And by that, I mean, that's not exactly true. I do have time for it. I just personally hate the process of editing. And then also, I would rather spend my free time doing other shit that I'll get into. Maybe a little, maybe we'll get into some more little spicy things here and there. Who knows? Maybe sprinkle some in there. But yeah, whether it's just chilling, because I really need that time to recharge. Like after I'm done streaming, I just like to collapse for like an hour or so and just like collect myself, because I've exerted so much energy throughout that stream. So that's just my process, and I really don't have the mental capacity to also start throwing in editing at the end of my streams. And I don't really want to cut back on the amount of hours that I stream or anything like that, because I love streaming. I don't really love editing or anything like that. Like I love making YouTube videos, but the editing aspect, I fucking hate that shit. So eventually I would like to get an editor. Hopefully my plan is to grow this channel to a point where it maybe makes a few $100s a month or something like that. And then I can throw that, whatever this channel makes, at editors and have them make like maybe a video a week or something like that on my other channel, Omega Pro, and just have a lot more edited content on Omega Pro. So that's gonna be the goal. This video or this channel is for like highlights, you know, the playthroughs and all that other bullshit that, you know, people may not necessarily care about or want to watch. This is pretty much strictly unedited content on here. And then on the other channel will be edited content. You know, what that edited content is going to consist of, I honestly have no idea. Because truthfully, I think that channel is just completely fucking dead. And I think no matter what I do, that channel will just never get out of the mud. I think it's pretty much dead and gone. But yeah, I don't fucking know. My kind of my overarching goal was to like get enough, I guess, clout, if that, I fucking hate that word, but get enough attention around the Omega Pro brand, and then sort of like have it be to where, you know, just off of the strength of me alone, that channel could just sort of get revived because there's just a vested interest in me as a creator. But will that ever happen? Yeah, probably not. Another thing I want to get into is YouTube Shorts and TikToks. That's going to be a big focus for me. Hopefully getting that started early on in the year. I don't know if I'm going to have all the shorts and shit like that uploaded to this channel, or if I'm going to make a separate clips channel for that. That is TBD. I might consult some of my YouTube friends about that and see what they have to say, if, you know, which one is a good idea or not. I really don't know. I'm not well versed in this whole YouTube shit. I just think that I'm a funny motherfucker, and I think some of the clips that I have would make for great shorts or TikToks. So expect, you know, shorts and TikToks as well in 2024. You know, I'm really trying to be everywhere. You're gonna get sick of seeing my face, trust me. Another thing I want to do is a lot more collabs. This channel actually started, you know, with a collab of me, Balvin, Jojo, and Afro playing Lethal Company. That was the first video that I uploaded that started my whole daily uploading thing. And I want to do a lot more of that stuff because it's fucking fun. You know, I've always been a creator that has never really wanted to collab because I wanted to make it out the mud on my own. But that's fucking stupid, because at the end of the day, creating content is just supposed to be fun anyways. And if you're just chilling, talking with your friends or playing games with your friends, that's just going to facilitate a level of fun that other people are going to want to involve themselves in, right? I used to be so self-conscious about like people being like, oh, Omega, I found you from your way more successful, way hotter, way fatter ass of a friend. You know, like he's really got a nice fat ass. I'm not gonna lie, you looking like skeleton bones over there type shit. And I didn't want that to happen. You know, I don't want to have to owe my success to anybody. But one thing that I realized is that nobody owes their success to anybody but themselves. Like, yes, you could get a boost from other people. Yes, you can get a boost from other content creators. But who the fuck is going to stick around if the content itself isn't good, if you yourself aren't entertaining? So that was something I had to really learn myself. So I really, really want to do a lot more collabs. You know, if you're watching this fucking far into the video, you're probably an Omega Pro dick rider, and you just love listening to me ramble. Let me know who you'd like me to collab with. I don't know. Maybe I can try to make that happen. I want to do some light traveling as well. Nothing too crazy. You know, I used to travel a lot, you know, before the pandemic. I traveled a lot. I believe I went to like Chicago twice in 1 year. You know, went to California as well in that same year, went to New York in that same year and stuff like that. I used to travel a lot. And it was funny too, because before the pandemic, I was like, man, I am done traveling for like a year. I don't want to do nothing for a year. And then the pandemic happened and my life went to shit. So be careful what you wish for, chat. That was some monkey's paw shit. So yeah, I'd like to do some light traveling. I will 1,000 billion trillion % be at PAX East. So if anybody is in the New England area, feel free to come through to Boston and you can meet your boy. I know everybody wants to meet Omega Pro, like holy shit. So I will 100% be there. And then also another very, very big possibility is DreamCon. So that might be the 2 times I step out the year. I might try to go to EVO or TwitchCon, or I don't know. We'll see how that happens. But yeah, those are the 2, like, PAX East is like a 1,000% definite. DreamCon is like pretty much a lock. But you know, anything is possible. I don't know what my life's gonna look like a fucking week from now. I want to also work on more weight loss and eventually, start incorporating workouts and exercise into my shit. Because right now I've just been eating a bit better. I started off with exercising as well as eating better, but it was a lot for me to manage. Me being a simpleton, me being a dumb fuck, and me being overwhelmed very easily. And then also I went way too hard in the beginning, and I ended up really hurting myself. And yeah, that shit fucked me up, and I got scared of exercise. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I forgot I'm not fucking like 24 no more. You feel me? I'm pushing 30. You feel me? And I'm also the fucking largest I've ever been in my entire life. So these joints wasn't built for what I was trying to do. So I do plan on incorporating more at-home workouts and then just really taking it easy, because something is better than nothing at the end of the day. The best way to make a big change is to do a little bit every day. Instead of doing a little bit of the time, if you do a little bit a lot of the time, that will add up to a way bigger change. And that's how you institute a lifestyle change. And that's what I've been doing with eating and stuff like that, right? Like, I've only allowed myself one cheat day per week. And, just having that one day where I can like sort of just eat like my old self and just fucking pig out for just one day, it's really helped me keep on track, because I know that instead of like, damn, I'll never be able to have fucking Chick-fil-A ever again, I'm just like, okay, if I really want Chick-fil-A, I just gotta wait until Friday, So it's been really helping me do a little bit at a time. And then eventually, hopefully, I don't really crave that shit ever, And I kind of really don't. The only time I really crave bad food is when I'm feeling lazy and I don't want to make anything or clean anything or whatever. That's pretty much the only time I crave shit. And I've also completely switched to sparkling water. I don't drink like soda pretty much ever. Unless, of course, I get Taco Bell on a cheat day and then I have to have a Baja Blast. It's just simply the laws of the land. But other than that, I'm pretty much on sparkling water all day. And another big thing I want to do in 2024 is the fucking audio channel. People have been on my dick about an audio channel for a minute. They want to know about microphones, interfaces, EQing, compression. They want to know about headphones, headsets, IEMs, all that shit. I really want to make that channel happen. And the biggest reason why I want to make that happen is because I spend too much fucking money on audio equipment, okay? My audio chain right now is multiple thousands of dollars, and I have like a crazy amount of microphones. These companies need to start sending me shit, all right? This is getting fucking ridiculous now. I've got another audio preamp on the way, and I'm already looking at another one as well as an outboard compressor. It's getting to be too much, okay? They need to send me this shit. It is what it is. And my last goal is also to start making more music again. I used to really, really love making music. Music was pretty much my only getaway from my emotions, and it was the only way for me to really express myself. And I really lost touch with that, and I used to really have a lot of fun making music and shit like that. So I really want to get back into that. I've just been sort of, playing random beats on YouTube and just freestyling over it. And recording them on OBS and just like listening back to them to see how I can improve, to see what flows, what pockets I'm hitting, and writing a little bit here and there. But I think I want to stop writing as much. I just kind of want to click record and then just go off and shit like that. It sounds more fun and more creative to me. So yeah, I definitely want to do more music in the future. And if I do release more music, it'll probably be under a new artist name, and that artist name will most likely be a Gimo, but who knows what's going to happen with that. Okay, and those are my goals for 2024. You feel me? It is what it is. And finally, let's get into the last leg of this video here. I know I've had you guys here for 30 minutes. Bear with me. I'll try to fly through some of these questions a little bit, and then hopefully I can get out of your hair and you guys can go spend the rest of your day listening to your parents argue about how you're a failure or something. I don't know. Okay, so Q&A time. Let's get it. This question comes from Super Duper Jamal. What kind of content do you want to do in 2024 streaming or YouTube wise to challenge yourself? Now that's very interesting. I do want to do higher scale productions and more edited videos for that Omega Pro channel. I just don't know what they would consist of necessarily. I was thinking stuff like video essays, or maybe like taking supercuts of like games that I've played on this channel and uploading them there. and stuff like that. But I really am still unsure about what to make of that Omega Pro channel, whether I'm just gonna have it be an anime / video game discussion channel or what. I have no idea what to really do with it, but as soon as I do, I will do that. Obviously, in terms of other YouTube stuff, that audio channel will be creatively fulfilling and will be challenging because it's a video style I've never made before. I've never really done gear reviews. I've never really done tutorials and stuff like that. But I will say, the few times I've ever tried to do stuff like that, it's always done really well. I don't know if they're still up because when my channel got hacked like a year or two ago, a lot of my videos got privated, but I've done like headset reviews like fucking 8, 9, 10 years ago that have like 40, 50,000 views. I have a Go XLR tutorial on my other channel that has like, might have like 100,000 some odd views or whatever. I did this one video where I reviewed 2K18 on the Switch, and that fucking blew up. Like anytime I try to do something like that, it always goes really well. But because it's always gone really well, I'm really scared to do it again and then have it flop. Because I think I know a lot about audio. I think I could teach people a lot about audio, and I think I could bring a fresh perspective to that genre of YouTuber. But I'm also kind of scared to do it because I'm scared to fail. I'm scared to put myself out there. And yeah, it's just scary to put your time into something like that because it's going to take a lot of time out of me. And like I said, I kind of don't have a lot of time. I stream so fucking much. So it's something that's very scary to me to like sacrifice on stream time, something that I know can further my brand, something that I know can help me make an extra bit more revenue so I can have, so I can start, saving more and just, being able to live, eat, pay my bills and shit like that, since I do live by myself now. And having all that responsibility on me makes me want to focus on just streaming because that's where I make the large portion of my money. But the much smarter thing to do as a creator is to diversify your income revenue streams between sponsorships and different platforms, like hopefully, TikTok, multiple YouTube channels, streaming, and maybe merch in the future, whatever I decide to do, maybe even music could be a revenue stream. Like a little bit from a large amount of places will eventually add up to more than I could make on YouTube by itself. So yeah, that's what I feel like. That's what I want to do. Then again, in terms of streaming, maybe doing something like this, like a podcast or something like that could be cool. I wouldn't mind doing that. I love hearing myself talk as it is. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. In terms of streaming, I really don't know how to, evolve my streams necessarily. But there are things that I have thought of, like, completely revamping how my stream is done and having like more interactivity with my stream in terms of like using channel points to trigger certain events or something like that. Another thing that I really want to do, I think I just had a brain melt. Okay, another thing that I really want to do is do more community stuff. With the move and all that stuff, it was very hard to like coordinate that stuff or whatever, but just getting in touch with the community, doing more like shit like we would chill on Discord, like that shit's always super fun. But again, usually I reserve all of my energy for streaming, so by the time I get around to not streaming, I just kind of want to do nothing. But we'll see, because I do rock with some of y'all fucking weird. Okay, next question comes from Spicy Scrimp. If you could be any animal on earth, which animal would you be? Probably a cat. Cats have really good lives. Either a cat or like a German Shepherd to a white family, or to a white girl that like go on TikTok a lot, because that's free backshots. Zatgard says, is Omega Pro Plus going to be the main thing going forward for YouTube, or do you still have potential plans to balance the YouTube a little bit? Yeah, I mean, like I said, Omega Pro Plus is going to have the most amount of content on it, but eventually I would like it to be where the Omega Pro YouTube channel is the main channel and Omega Pro Plus is just the side channel. But one thing that I've noticed a lot of is that a lot of YouTubers and streamers really blow up because of their, I don't want to say low effort, but they're like their clip channel or their plug channel or their highlight channel starts doing like massive fucking numbers, and then that's really where they blow up from. So I'm kind of like trying to aim for a similar thing with Omega Pro Plus. Not that I think I'll ever really blow up like that, but just that'll be the most consistent way for people to get their dose of me, and then hopefully some new eyes come from that, and that would be great. Zai Keeney says, can we expect more collabs more often in 2024? Yes. I fuck with the Lethal Company collabs, the 2K streams, and even the JoJo talking about Twitch thing. All of it was fire, and I'd love to see more of it. Yeah, absolutely. That's already happening. Me and Balvin, we Twizzies, we locked in. Me and JoJo, we Twizzies, we locked in. And not only just the people I'm already friends with, but I want to like sort of branch out and collab and become acquaintances with more creators. I'm always wary about that because content creators are a bunch of weird fucks, and I kind of hate a lot of people on the internet. But, I think having a bigger social circle is just like kind of a good thing. And I don't really like always being so closed off because like it just feels, I don't know, like, bro, you're not cool for being closed off and having a small circle. It is what it is. Now, obviously, I think my homies will always still be a small circle. But I think there's a lot of creators that make a lot of dope shit that I think like I would love to like work with them on stuff, or even just hang out on some casual shit, on some acquaintance shit, and I think it'd make for good content. So, yeah, man, a lot more coming. Eggnog says, Happy New Year. Do you plan to do more planned events for your stream? I know that it wasn't possible due to you moving at the time, but I really miss those streams where something was on the agenda, whether it includes chat loosely or entirely. Much love. So yeah, I think stuff like that is going to happen a lot more in 2024, especially because I'm focusing on like YouTube stuff. So I go into a stream and I'm like, okay, like I want to do this and have it go up to Omega Pro Plus. So there'll be more things like that to where like whether it's sub interviews or anonymous confessions or making people's Tinder profiles or whatever, like reacting to your favorite video games. Your top 25 video games of all time. We did that video as well. We can do that for music, movies, TV shows, anime, manga, whatever. And yeah, so like stuff like that is definitely going to happen more. And it's thanks to the YouTube channel that's going to force me to do that, because uploading every day, it's really hard to have something new to talk about or do every single fucking day. But it's been about a month and I've been doing pretty well with it. So hopefully I can keep on that train. And then of course, in February, we're going to have Persona 3 Reload and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Those two are going to go back-to-back triple platinum in the hood type shit. So there's a lot to look forward to in terms of gameplay stuff. And then, bringing in chat or doing other events is always going to be on the table as well. L Wolf says, how would you deal with being a very famous internet celebrity? Honestly, I do not want to be a very famous internet celebrity. I think that the internet is really fucking annoying, particularly places like Twitter. I mean, I'm not even gonna say just Twitter. Everybody is fucking annoying. I just had a tweet out today where I'm like, man, we gotta talk about the fall off of My Hero. And then the My Hero fucking virgins got home from school or some shit and started going crazy in my mentions or whatever, started making up shit that I never even said or whatever. And like being under that level of scrutiny all the time would be fucking annoying. So honestly, if I was an internet celebrity, I would probably send out a tweet and then mute the post immediately. That's usually what I do. As soon as my tweet leaves its target demographic, aka my followers, the shit gets muted immediately. I don't want to hear it, okay? I'm just trying to get my shit off, and if you disagree with it, I don't really give a fuck. Go fuck your uncle about it. I don't care. It is what it is. But how I would deal with it, most likely, is I would probably just tell everybody to shut the fuck up. Like for example, with the whole Pokimane thing that happened, where people were criticizing her for the cookies or whatever, I would have went off on these niggas, bro. All the people making YouTube videos about me, all that bullshit, like I would have cooked them all, because fact of the matter is, like, she didn't really even do nothing wrong. And I know no matter what happens in the future, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really got skeletons in my closet like that. You feel me? Like, all that I have is that I used to say and do like really problematic, edgy shit as far back or as soon back as like 2018. But I've owned that shit. You're not going to come out of nowhere with some shit. Like it is like all my shit is out there. I've been on the internet since 2009. 2008 actually. And everything has been fucking documented about my life out there. You can literally, it's all up on my fucking channel. Well, actually, again, thanks to that hack, I don't really know if it's all up there. So like, to me, like, I don't really give a shit. So if somebody gonna trip out on me because I'm selling fucking $28 cookies, like, go fuck yourself. Like, literally go to hell. I don't give a fuck. If you died tomorrow, I would not lose sleep. That's literally, I would have tweeted that shit if I was Pokimane, to be honest. Like, I don't give a fuck. But I understand Pokimane is in a different position. She has a different brand. She has an image to protect, and she's a woman, so she's gonna get more shit on the internet in general. But that's probably what I would have done, and that's probably how I would operate if I were to be internet famous. Anma says, yours and Lena's relationship is very cute and wholesome. What made you feel in love and realize Lena was the one for you? Oh, he finna trying to make me mushy type shit. Hey, we 45 minutes into this, so this is only for the real ones. This is only for the real ones, so I'll let you into my teddy bear tendencies, if you will. Before I met Lena, I had gotten out of a very toxic and bad situation for me personally. You know, if you were around during that time, you probably witnessed some of what happened. But I pretty much had operated off of the basis of I will never date a girl from social media ever again. I will never date an internet girl ever again. If she lives further than like New York, which is like a 3 to 4 hour train ride for me, I do not want to speak to her. In fact, I don't give a fuck if she dies, okay? If she doesn't live within the proximity of me, don't want to see her ever again, because I was tired of flying out, doing all this bull, meeting at convention. I'm fucking done with that shit. Little buddy had his heart broken. I had my heart broken consecutively, you know, back-to-back times by 2 separate women or whatever, and that shit, like, changed me as a person type shit. Well, it actually didn't really change me as a person, as we'll get into, but, yeah, I was done with that shit, and I was kind of, like, over women type shit, to be honest. I was about to start fucking dudes type shit. And then, you know what I'm saying, it's the pandemic, you feel me? It's the pandemic, you feel me? It's 2020. And, you know, I used to do this thing, like, look, I'm a dog at the end of the day. I'm a dog at the end of the day. You feel me? Like, if I see somebody's name in my chat that looks interesting, I like open up a new tab just to see who they are. Like if a person with a check mark comes into my stream randomly, I will open a tab up and just see like, who the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? So if somebody has like a unique name or a cool name, I always do that. I still kind of do always do that, just to see who the fuck is talking. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Now, you don't have to worry because your name is like fucking Sasuke's gamer tag 37, so I don't really need to know anything about you. But at one moment, there was this woman that came into my chat, and their name was Lena Lioness, and they were talking a lot in my chat while we were watching like Couples Court or Paternity Court or one of those, and I was like, wait a minute, is that a woman? I was like, wait a minute, is that a woman? Type shit. So then I opened up the thing on my other monitor or whatever. I never said none of this shit, by the way. I think I did this on stream, actually. And when I scrolled down, there was like a selfie of her, and I was like, wait a minute. She kind of bad. And I was still like dealing with a heartbreak type shit, but I was like, I learned my lesson, God. I learned my lesson, God. I'm ready to love again type shit. Like, thank you for delivering me this package. And then I was scrolling through her about me, and it said like, oh, hey guys, I'm like 24, 25, however old she was at the time. I think it was like 24, 25. And then she was like, hey, I'm 24, 25. I live in Boston, Massachusetts. And I was like, what was that? Did you say Boston, Massachusetts? Why, that's only 40 minutes away. God, you know I didn't want to date anybody that was further than like 3 to 4 hours away, and you sent me an angel from 40 minutes away. My God. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, hey, God, I appreciate that. I don't even believe in your ass, but you still got my back. Like, that's how you know you's a real one. So, you know, it is what it is. Nothing really happens from there, but, you know, I see her in my chat a lot. She's talking in my chat a lot. And, anytime I see that purple name pop up with 2 L's in it, Lena Lioness, I'm making sure I read that comment out loud. I'm making sure Shorty feels seen. You feel me? But I'm not trying to make it too hot. So I'll read the comment below hers, above hers, and then I'll read hers as if I just saw it or something like, oh, hi, Lena. I'm like, oh, shit. Yo, what's up, Game Paradox? Oh, shit. What up, Scoobs? What up, Elder? What up, Itachi Sasuke Gamertag Brother 27? Oh, hey, Lena, as well. I tell you shit, I'm saying? I'm dirty. I'm dirty mag. Not really dirty mag, but I'm kind of spinning my game. Tell you, Riz tips with Omega Pro, take shit. I'm doing my thing. I remember on stream one time, okay, so I have something to admit. At that time, there was this joke among squad about oh, you're Mr. Bitches, you're Mr. Hoes, you're Mr. Bitches, you're Mr. Hoes. At the time, I did have 2 or 3 women that were potentials for me. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? If you know sports, you know what I'm saying? I was scouting, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't get my mind off the number 1 prospect, which was Lena. Lena was my number 1 prospect, you feel me? She was my Wembanyama, if you feel. And I was like, everybody talking about Scoot Henderson, oh, what about Scoot? You know what I'm saying? What about Mill? Nah, bro. I want Wembanyama, you feel me? That's what I was looking for. So one time, I had just recently followed Lena on Twitter because she was bad. I thought she was funny too in my chat. You know what I'm saying? We had good banter, you know what I'm saying? So I remember one time, oh, I also had this joke too on my stream where I was like, man, I really wish there was a bad bitch to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender with me on Discord. I got a Discord membership and Discord Nitro. I could stream that shit in 4K. I really wish there was a bad bitch to watch Avatar with me. But Lena was not getting the hint. She would take me, she's like, oh my God, I love Avatar. And I'm like, yeah, it'd be really crazy if I had someone to watch it with me. But not a peep. That shit was stressing me out. I was getting tight. It is what it is. I had a few of the options, be like, I'll watch it with you. And I'm like, huh? Pretend I didn't see the message. And I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry, you're not Wembanyama. I want the number 1 draft pick. You not Wemby. Type shit. Oh my God, I hope nobody's watching this part. Okay. So one thing led to another. I'm on Discord and, my homie's like, Omega, you got bitches, you're Mr. Bitches, you got hoes. And I'm like, nah, chill, chill. Also, we got to talk about this, bro. If your boy really is Mr. Bitches, you're not supposed to point it out. If your boy really got hoes, you're not supposed to point it out. You fumbling the bag, but it is what it is. But they're like, oh, you missed the bitches, you missed it. I'm like, nah, I'm not even really like that. I'm not even really talking to nobody. And I wasn't, truthfully. I wasn't DMing nobody, texting nobody, messaging nobody. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But they're like, I bet go through your Twitter right now. I bet you DM any woman on your Twitter right now, she'll respond. You feel me? And at the time I had just followed Lena, and the way that Twitter works is that the most recent people you followed are the people that show up first. So of course at the top of the list is Lena. And Lena's watching at this time. And I know she's watching at this time. And then oh, her right there, DM her. And then that's when I was like, you fucking idiots don't even realize you gave me the assist of the year. Because I was looking for a reason to hop in her DMs, but I didn't want to be thirsty. I didn't want to be like that, you feel me? I was looking for a reason. When they said that, I was like, Bakemono, Bake desu. So I was like, I guess I'll do that. I was like, I get if I have to. Say shit. So then I DM her, and I'm like, hi. And then she replies, hi, LOL. We sent a couple messages back or whatever. And they're like, I told you she replied, whatever. Like, yeah, whatever. And then from that moment on, we talked every single fucking day, nonstop, every single day, without fail. And that's what really started it all. And I couldn't really tell you what drove me to Lena in general. Obviously, she's very beautiful, and she was also, she lived relatively near me, which was just a bonus, and I really liked her company. And I also liked getting her to open up a little bit more too. You know what I'm saying? So like that was really really dope to me as well. But eventually, we realized like shit, like we kind of digging each other, like we like each other, but it was the pandemic. We couldn't go see each other. Trains were down. There was no public transit or anything like that. So we couldn't really hang out. And then, a year later, after us like talking every day, we can start going on trains and seeing each other. So then I believe it was like May 18th, we went to go see each other. And yeah, from that moment on, I kind of knew she was like the one. I already knew she was the one. I was already feeling mad hard, but I'm struggle with that love word a little bit. So I didn't really like express that necessarily. But like from the first time we linked up, I was like, yeah, I really like this girl. You know what I'm saying? I could see myself, going in tight shit. And, I would say like every few weeks or so, we would make it a thing to like link up and hang out and shit like that. And yeah, I think I knew I loved Lena. I can't really pinpoint a moment or when. I just felt like really connected to her for a while. Like I felt connected to her for like maybe like a few months before we actually said it to one another. And we've actually never told the story of how we said I love you to each other for the first time. Maybe that'll happen at some point, but it is a personal story or whatever. But that's one of my favorite stories of us. And yeah, maybe one day we'll share it. Who knows? But if I do share it, I want it to be with her. But I don't remember what this question was about. But yeah, I don't know, like having somebody like that, like this is gonna sound really depressing, but I don't think anybody I was ever with, like ever really loved me. And I'm gonna go a step further and say like, I don't even know if they ever even liked me. Cause like some of the shit that would happen to me, I'm like, I don't understand how you could do this to somebody that you like even tolerate. Like, are we ops? Like, what the fuck did I do type shit? And when I say that, it was mainly with my most two recent experiences. It wasn't like my whole life I was getting battered and bruised up by women or whatever the fuck. But my last two experiences before Lena, they definitely did a number on me. And it started to make me feel like if I was even worthy of love or if I could even be loved. And Lena helped me feel loved and helped me feel accepted. And I felt like genuinely, no matter what I did or what I would do, like she would be there for me. And that was the first time I ever felt that. And I think that's kind of when I knew that everything I had with other people was me like really trying hard to make something work or really trying hard to love somebody enough that maybe they could love me back. But I think, again, with Lena, it was the first time where I felt that she genuinely loves me back. And, it's pretty dope. I highly recommend it. Okay. That was a long fucking answer. Holy shit. This video's got to be so boring. I'm so sorry, but you guys probably cut it off anyways, but whatever. Plunder has a few questions even. How'd you come up with your name? Me and my friends used to draw like comics. We called it manga, but it was, it's comics. And we had to come up with a name for our, I guess, like comic production line. So we came up with the name Omega Productions. And the 3 in my name was actually originally an artistic choice because the way that we did it is that it would be Thriga, and then the 3 was like a dragon that like curled like this type shit and like spelled out a 3 and had like a long tail or whatever the fuck. And yeah, so it was called Omega Productions. And back in the day, replacing letters with numbers was kind of cool. So yeah, it was Thriga Productions type shit. And then I needed a name for Xbox Live, so I tried to put Omega Productions, but that was too long. So then I just chose Omega Pro. And that's that. What's your favorite type of content to make? Stuff with your community, gaming, etc. Right now, I really like doing discussion videos. I would say the most. Collab content is also really up there, but again, I'm a person that gets really drained when I have to interact with a lot of people. So I can't do collabs like super often because I just be feeling drained. And honestly, like my stream is kind of like my safe space. So sometimes I just kind of like chilling by myself on stream and I don't really want to do nothing with nobody. But I do really like the collab stuff. It's usually really fucking fun, especially if you got the right group of friends to do it with. I think it's really dope. And I think finding friends that make it feel like you're not creating content with other people are the best type. That's why I love the 2K nights, because it just feels like homies hanging out on Discord. You feel me? Like, I really love that shit. But yeah, so I would say like those are probably up there. I just think that I have good opinions. I know that's probably a shocker. I think I have good opinions, and I think I articulate them well. So those are probably my favorites. And yes, his last question, can we expect more collabs in the future? Absolutely. Kage Nexus says, what is your stance on 1 billion lions versus all of the Pokemon? Because there's only one correct answer. Yes, I agree. And it is that Pokemon will absolutely destroy them, and I will not talk about this further. Energy says, if there are any games you want to play but worry about killing your channel, why not do them on YouTube where there's less pressure? Because they'll do even worse on YouTube than on Twitch. And then also, a thing about me is that, like, I'm not trying to add on to my workload, right? It's because since I already stream so much and I stream like all the time type shit, like, I'm not going to make a YouTube exclusive Let's Play for something that like nobody wants to see. Like the thing about the YouTube channel as to why there's less pressure is because if I streamed it, like, I already did it, you know what I'm saying? So there's no harm in uploading it, but taking extra time out of my day or my schedule to like sit down and record something for like a couple hours to put it on YouTube or even stream it on YouTube as well. I feel like the reasons why I don't want to stream something that would like kill my channel isn't even necessarily that the numbers would be down. It's that chat doesn't move at fucking all. And like if I streamed it on YouTube, that problem would either be the same or be even fucking worse. So yeah, there's pretty much no incentive for me to ever do that. Lambda Ligar says, can we expect to see the return of the occasional retro gaming night in 2024? Those are some of my favorite streams from this year, and I'd love to see more. I'd especially like to see you and Balvin or Lotus play NBA Street on Parsec if that's possible. You know what's funny? Actually, a few nights ago during the 2K night, we talked about playing NBA Streets Volume 3 and doing 2v2s with like me, Balvin, Lotus, and Yudi, where we would do like, you know, like Mario and Luigi versus like whoever the fuck or whatever. So yeah, that is definitely something that is on the table. And, you know, more retro game nights, I would definitely be down to do that, because I think a lot of people did have fun during those streams. Like I remember playing Midnight Club 3 and shit like that on those streams, and it was really dope. Jar Jar says, do you have a goal for the size of your channel / stream? No, not really. As long as my chat can be moving, I really don't give a fuck what number that is. Sorry, I just saw something on my desk. I really don't give a fuck what number that is. I just want, you know, my chat to move, and I want to be able to make a decent enough money to where I never have to worry or stress about anything ever again. So I'm not quite there yet. I just want to be able to make enough to have all my bills paid, you know, spoil myself maybe once a month on some like random frivolous purchase, and be able to save a little bit of money every month. I'm almost there. I'm almost to that point. So I'm proud to be able to say that I'm almost there. That's all I really want. And I think that my size now is perfectly achievable. There's creators of my size that have bought houses. There's creators of my size that have like full scale businesses or whatever. So my size is not a detractor in my success level or my income level. I just have to be willing to do more work and, you know, work harder and do more stuff like that, which I am willing to do. So yeah, I don't really have an ideal size. If I had to pick one arbitrarily, I mean, averaging like a couple thousand viewers would be good, because I think that's a sweet spot between having chat still be manageable, but not being so overblown to where you can't even read chat and there's pretty much no community experience at all. So yeah, I would say maybe 1,000 or 2,000 viewers would probably be like my end goal for live streaming. Yeah. Big Facts TV, my biggest hater, and I do mean that both in terms of how much of a hater he is and how fat he is, says, how do you control yourself from jumping in the house when getting angry playing a game? It seems very dangerous knowing you have the ability to create earthquakes from a simple hop of yours. Well, it's actually quite simple. You know, they say with great power comes great responsibility. So because I know that if I do jump, I will cause a 8.0 earthquake in Rhode Island, I just don't do it. because I have self-control and I am responsible with the amount of power I have. Now, that doesn't explain why you do it, but, chat, if you feel another earthquake in Texas, Big Facts took a leap, a leap of faith, if you will. DC Kagami says, as a streamer, what are some areas you would like to focus on and excel in the coming year? More focused content, more community content is really what I want to do. I think as long as I can keep my core community happy, I don't really give a fuck about anything else. So yeah, that's kind of what I want to focus on. And then also, again, collaborative content and working with other streamers and other creators and stuff would also be really, really cool to do. What is my favorite and least favorite thing about being a streamer? Favorite thing is that you kind of make your own schedule. If I really don't feel up to streaming one day, I can just not stream. Then that can be a slippery slope though, and you get lazy or whatever, and then you don't stream for like a whole week or whatever, and then now all of a sudden you ain't got no money coming in. Now all of a sudden you got to suck dick behind Burger King parking lots to pay rent, which I've had to do before. So that's kind of a negative, but yeah, I definitely like being able to be my own boss. Like, there's a lot of stress that comes with this job. I'd say my least favorite thing is how insecure it is. But I mean, with the current job market, you could argue any job is insecure at this point, or unsecure at this point. But yeah, I feel like with streaming, it's a very stressful thing. Like, I dealt with this thing earlier on in the year where I felt like really weirded out about being like observed all the time and like knowing that there were like hundreds of people watching me at any given moment. That shit made me feel really weird. And I don't think humans are meant to have all that. I don't think humans are meant to be bombarded with the opinions of hundreds or thousands of people, So like it really weirded me out that was happening. And with the internet, you're always putting yourself out there. Like, you're always putting a piece of yourself into the world, and then the world just takes it and gives you nothing back for it. So my least favorite thing is how like stressful it is. Like, I always say that streaming is the best job I ever had, but I don't think I've ever been more stressed or depressed due to my job ever in my life. So that's definitely a negative. But the positive is that it makes it all worth it, because I do feel like I'm making an impact on some people's lives. And I think that, I'm just having fun, and I love this job, and there's nothing else I could ever see myself doing, to be honest. Accidental Lotus says, is Pass the Stick still on the table in 2024? I would love to do that. The problem with doing something with multiple people is that you have to coordinate with multiple people. For those guys that don't know what Pass the Sticks is, this was sort of an idea we had. Like, I think it was me, Thunder. Well, I think Thunder's when I came up with it. And then, me, Balvin, Thunder, and whoever else from the squad would do this thing where we like parsec a retro game or something like that. And then like take turns like playing the game while just doing like a podcast type of thing. So like, one of us would die and then give the controller to somebody else or whatever, and then, pass the sticks. That's kind of what it was. It's a really awesome idea, and we better make that happen. I think, like, in terms of collaborative content, I think we have a group of people that is so funny and works so well together that I think we've robbed the world of not doing more collaborative content. Like, I legitimately think, like, if Squad locked in and did collaborative content, we could be on some like RDC shit or, something like that. Maybe I'm talking crazy, but that's how I feel, Like, and I think it's been proven because you see like the three idiots be massively successful, Dotto, Rhyme, and Dion, because they all locked in and like created something together with them three, and it blossomed into something that's fucking massive. And now I see other branches of the internet they kind of rip that off. They'll do like two idiots or three dumbasses or, whatever. And like, it's crazy the impact that they've had. And I think that if we did that as a big group, we could have taken over the internet. But, I would love to do more stuff like that. What games are you looking forward to the most in 2024? This one comes from Abuso. Obviously, Persona 3 Reload, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is another one. I don't know what the fuck else is coming out next year. Those two are definitely number one, and they're coming out very soon. I Don't Beat Games says, no jokes aside, are you proud of the strides your community has made over the year? And is there anything specific you'd like to see growth-wise from the community in 2024? I'm very proud of this community, not only in terms of like how we've grown and how connected we are, but also like individually. I think a lot of people in the community are like doing dope things. Like, we have so many artists, so many talented people in the community. We have a lot, another thing I take pride in is we have a lot of like excuse me, like LGBTQ plus members in the community. We're a very diverse community, whether you're gay, bi, pan, straight, trans or whatever. Like there's like a bunch of these kinds of people in the community. And that's something that I'm really happy with. And I think a lot of people feel, safe and included in our streams and stuff like that. And I think that's really awesome. As far as like growth wise, I really don't think so. I just want to do more stuff with the community and involve the community more and just like hang out with you guys more and like really farm that parasocial relationship, because I think that a lot of you guys are pretty cool. Some of you guys are pretty cool. But yeah, I'm just mainly proud of you guys. Like I saw Swag Chains actually post on Twitter today. He started going to the gym in the beginning of the year, then he posts like a before and after, and he looks fucking great, and this is a lot of growth going on with like a lot of people in the community. And I'm just happy to see it, because if I get to see the different stages of your guys' life, and I just think it's awesome to see that shit. Keep killing it, yo. Or who else Shinigami says, why'd you come up with a Mega Pro name? We already answered that. And then we have Ivana Dreams Blue Heart 18 plus say curious for more, with a picture of her rubbing her pussy with an OnlyFans link in her bio. So I think I'll go ahead and end this video off now and go ahead and click that and see if I am curious for more. I guess you could say I am. But that is it for this. I hope you guys enjoyed this long, rambly ass video. I don't know who the fuck would enjoy something like this, but it is what it is. This is your video for the day. I'm sorry for boring you if you made it this far. And actually, if you've been watching this whole thing, you're probably asleep right now. So wake up! Wake up! We need you back, agent. Wake up. You haven't completed your mission yet. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you for another video tomorrow. And yeah, man, you guys have a great day and have a great 2024. Peace out.